Okay, let's see what we're going to talk about today. Hey, I'm Larry Meisel, and welcome back to Confidence on Camera. This is my secondary channel that I use to practice becoming more comfortable and conversational, authentic, and relatable talking to the camera, which, if you're watching this channel, you know is just an awkward thing to try to do, to sit by yourself in a quiet room and essentially talk to yourself while you get absolutely no feedback about how well you're doing. There's no reaction, no nods, no smiles, no grimaces. You just have to listen to the sound of your own voice and hope that eventually, over time, the more you practice, the easier it gets, the more comfortable you're going to feel. So I've got a deck of conversation starter cards that I use, and I choose one randomly and then take a couple moments to think up some things that I can say about it in an impromptu, conversational kind of way, okay? So let's get ready and let's give it a try. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. Let me move this monitor out of the way so it doesn't get distracting. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, let's see. What kind of things do you tend to hold on to? Mistakes, disappointments, slights, and hurts. I tend to hold on to criticism. There was a time when I was a teacher a couple times. I did my student teaching when I was an undergraduate degree as a history major, and I just found I was very self-conscious, very nervous, wanting to feel that I was being accepted and wanting to feel like I was being liked. It's very important to be liked. And then after I finished my graduate work, I went to work as a professor at a small Catholic college in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I was just very nervous, always nervous, and just felt very uncomfortable. And then when the evaluations came out at the end of the semester, most of them were positive, most of them were polite, and there was one or two that were critical and found fault, and one hit home really well. They said that I just always seemed really nervous, and that was their criticism, and they were absolutely right. I was always nervous. I was always on edge. I was always just looking for approval. So it was a nerve-wracking experience, and although like probably 90% of the comments were positive, or at least polite and neutral, the one or two comments that were negative and critical just really stayed with me. Although in the last couple of years I was working at a community mental health center, and I did a training for marriage therapists, and all the comments were positive except for one comment that said the person would never want to see a presentation done by me again. They thought that I was very artificial, and they just didn't like my presentation. But in light of that was the only comment out of about maybe 50 or 60 so people that attended, I was really able to go with the flow and just kind of slough it off as, you can't please everybody, and that was their opinion. So I guess maybe I've gotten better over time. And making YouTube videos and doing some more public speaking, I guess I've gotten a little bit more confident about it. But that's it. That's the thing that tends to stick with me, is not necessarily the mistakes I made, but the negative comments that other people make. So that's it for right now. I'm going to upload this from my camera to my computer up to YouTube, and you can find it at Confidence on Camera in the YouTube. I hope that you'll take a look at it and maybe get some encouragement from it and find out that, if I can, you can, and get a little bit of support and encouragement. And I'll look at it and try to learn from my mistakes. Just trying to get more comfortable, conversational, relatable, and authentic. So that's it for today. I hope you come back. I'm going to be doing some more. Let me just end this right now, okay?